All right, match day, Manchester City, and that's right. We're going up against an old friend, someone I really wish we could have at the club right about now. What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 38 of If I Had a Hammer. And today, of course, we're going to be taking on Manchester City in the league. A big mid-season battle for us that could possibly move us in to the top 3 places. But, of course, before we get to that, we must go over how we've been faring in the matches over the last month. So let's get right to it. Immediately following our last live com against Watford, we then took on Burnley at home and somehow only came away with a 1-0 victory. Lukas Teodorczyk being our only goal scorer in the 43rd minute, but the stats say anything but. We had 21 shots, 7 of them on target, and just about 60%, actually 60% exactly, percent possession, and everybody above a 7, save for the goalkeeper. I honestly gotta say that I can't believe our offense did not break the Burnley defense down even more. Give credit where credit is due. They prevented us from getting 2, maybe even 3 more goals on the day and made it a little bit respectable, even though, like I said, we dominated them in all aspects on the pitch. We then came away on the plus side of a 7-goal thriller as we came away victors against Bristol City in the Capital One Cup quarterfinal, 4-3. Lukas Teodorczyk continuing his prolific goal scoring here in the Premier League, getting himself a hat-trick, but eventually Bristol City came crawling back and clawing back, and in the 78th minute found an equalizer. Our defense was really shaky for the last 30 minutes of the match, but Dimitri Payet just 5 minutes later able to secure the match winner and moving us on into the semifinals. We had 23 shots, 11 on target, 66% possession. Bristol City, all of their chances were poachers' chances. Like I said, we really should have not had a problem versus Bristol City, but our defense got tired towards the end of the match, allowing them to come back. But like I said, we're into the semifinals, and really, that's all that matters at this point. A nice solid cup run after a long dry spell of nothing. Can't ask for much more. Hammers on Parade continues as we then took care of Swansea in the league by the score of 2-0, with Paulo and Van den Driesche getting the goals. Even though they were in the second half, we still had a very dominant performance in terms of possession, 56% possession, though we were really even in shots. Only 1 more shot and 2 more shots on target than Swansea. They did have a lot of great attacking chances to their name, but the defense and of course Jack Belton sitting in net, holding the line and not letting anything go through for the Swans and keeping the clean sheet and giving us another 3 points to keep us near the top 4 of the table. But then the parade came to a screeching halt as, admittedly, a little bit of a rotated side didn't get the job done versus Derby County, relegation place Derby County at this point in time, as we lost by the score of 1-0. Musa Sow being the only goal scorer for the Rams, and in fact got injured just 13 minutes later. Even though we had 16 shots, 5 on target, and 57% possession, the Derby back line was a bit of an enigma, and we could not crack it. I could not believe that Paulo Payet, Driussi, and Van den Driesche, admittedly the top 4 that have remained constant for most of the season, throwing Van den Broek as well, but the top 4 have remained constant, did not find a way to solve the riddle that was the Rams back line. It was very strange and very disheartening that we threw away an 8-match unbeaten run to a relegation tipped side, and that's not good going into the match today against Manchester City. We had the potential to be top 2 after that match versus Derby County, but with that loss, that sees us stay in 4th place, 31 points through 16 matches, roughly halfway through the season, and I'm still top 4. I can't ask for much better with Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal sitting above us. They really are the cream of the crop this year. Liverpool actually finally getting its first loss of the season just a couple matches ago. They really are the team to beat this season. Like I said at the start of the episode, Manchester City, a gigantic match for us halfway through the season. This could help catapult us to stay within top 3 and definitely in Champions League contention for next season, or it could be a setback, or at the very worst it could start plunging us down the rabbit hole towards mid-table mediocrity. Hopefully it is not the latter, but let's take a look at the team sheet before we get into this match. And before we get into the starting 11, it is unfortunate to note that Vincent van den Dries will not be playing in this match today because he picked up an unfortunate thigh strain the night before the match today, which, like I said, is very unfortunate. He's going to be out for the next 2 weeks, and, you know, it's coming up to the Christmas season, all those matches bunched up. He's going to be missing 4 or 5 matches because of that, so we got to try and do our best without him. But let's take a look at who's going to be starting in the match today. We're going to have Butland and net. We're going to have Lindoff and Lucas along the back line. Byram and Luke Shaw will be the wingbacks. Of course, we're going to be using the anchor today. Julian Desart will be our defensive mid. Yuri Tielemans will be our center mid. Our 3 attacking mids will be Payet, Vandenbroek, and Driussi, of course, since Van den Dries is out injured. And sitting up front is Łukasz Teodorczyk, continuing on his prolific striking season so far. 10 goals in 14 matches. You can't really fault him for that. He really is a great striker, even though he is a little on the aging side. He is 28 years old, but he is proving showing every bit of youthfulness as he can. And hopefully we can get a little bit of that today versus Manchester City. So cross fingers, hopefully we can get a result. So let's kick off and see what happens. So they are actually starting him. Good old number 11. How I miss you, my man. Seems they're going after the Everton rejects too, and Lukaku and Stones. Very early doors. And the ball gets taken away. Zivkovic getting taken off the ball. He tries to go over the top to Teodorczyk, but instead gets cut out. And everybody is really content with playing it through the middle of the park. Zivkovic to Aguero, through to Lukaku, out to Zivkovic. We need to do well to tackle him, get him off the ball, and there we go. If we don't do well to hold on to the ball, Manchester City are going to do very well to get the ball in front of net. It was a good save from Butland there, and we cleared the danger. Manchester City have a bunch of speed on their hands, and they're using it to their advantage, but can we do well to get around it? Ball failed to clear. Vandenbroek tries to take a shot, but it's cleared away by Manchester City. They're just closing us down immensely with that speed. See, get the ball out to Schürrle. Schürrle cutting inside to Aguero. It's a good save from Butland, and we stop another shot attempt. 35 minutes gone, and we are still doing very well for ourselves, trying to cut him out. Zivkovic fires it over the crossbar. Another chance wasted for him. Tackled off the ball by Lindelhof. That is why I picked him up, because he can do that type of thing with his 17 tackling. Now can we hit him on a counter? I do have it set to be a counter-attacking formation. Out to Payet, whipping in the cross to Driussi. It's one-on-one, and Driussi makes it 1-0 for West Ham. Just 4 minutes from time, and we have surprised them on a counter with the long ball over the top. Admittedly, our first shot on target, but they were not expecting an early cross in from Payet to the running Driussi. Nobody was marking him into the wide open net. Joe Hart can't save that. It's 1-0 to the Hammers. And just like that, my nervousness changed into elation. I honestly don't believe we deserve this 1-0 lead at the half, but I will take what I can get, especially against Manchester City. And I really don't think they were prepared for the counterattack. That quick counterattack, early cross over the top from Payet to Driussi. They clearly weren't marking him. Wide open nets. Really, what more can you do? I'm just going to tell them to go out there, second 45, keep doing what you're doing, and we should come away with a result. So, second 45, let's kick off. Free kick, Zivkovic getting inside the box. It's bouncing around, and it goes over the crossbar, scaring the crap out of me. Tielemans with a free kick going out wide, but instead it is cleared away, and Manchester City could hit us on a counter. We do not have a lot of men back. This is going to get scary. Nuri out to Aguero, finds Andre Schürrle, cuts inside, and that ball goes over the top. Oh, it's a corner coming in. Oh, Łukasz Teodorczyk, as I was making some changes. Łukasz Teodorczyk, just 2 minutes from time, has to give up a penalty kick. Oh my God, no. We had this match in the bag. 3 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. We could still get something from this. Payet getting it out to Carolinetti, who's been subbed in, but it's a weak shot, and Joe Hart's right there with the save. There's still 2 minutes of added time left on the clock. Anything can happen. And there it is, full time. Nothing happened in the end. It ends in a 1-1 draw, and like I said at the start, I would have been fine with any sort of result. But we had the 1-0 lead in the bag, and then Lucas just could not halt a tackle, or just, could not stop himself from jumping on somebody to head the ball away and committed a foul. It is what it is. It's a point. And you know what? I think we found that's the anchor against big teams. kind of works really well as a counter-attacking formation, not a control formation. So I consider that a win in my book. You know, actually figuring out how to develop this tactic and develop it for the better, I consider that a win. So let's get out of this and let's take a look at the schedule, see when we'll come back next. So this is what the schedule looks like for the next couple of months. Interesting to note that the Capital One Cup semifinal that we have drawn against is against Arsenal. Yikes. Hopefully we could do well against them in the two-legged affair. And then our third round FA Cup match is against Sunderland. I feel like we should be very comfortable beating them. But then just taking a look at some of the matches in the league, save for Manchester United, I feel that most of the rest of them are very winnable up until Chelsea, which is exactly a month away from now. And that's when we'll be coming back in the next episode. I want to try and build this formation up and see if it will continue to do well against the big clubs. So why not come back versus Chelsea, right? Another London derby, another big match riding on this. And like I said, another big match to test out this formation. So when we come back, it's going to be versus Chelsea. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested in the series. And give it a subscribe if you're new and you want to see more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.